Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we are continuing on with the episode 2 of the Kyosho Javelin build series, and we are starting with step 10. It says servo saver, but it's actually the bell crank. Okay, it just shows you how to assemble this, even though it's already assembled here, but we got to put some components in. This ball, and this will go up to the bottom here with a little tiny washer. And there is a pocket there for a nut, or yeah, one of your ball studs here sits in there. And of course it says to put Loctite on there, but we're not Loctiting anything. I'm going to stop saying that now, just so you know. I'll try to call out every place that needs Loctite, but I won't be using it. Okay, now the servo saver assembly. Let's put on with this. This goes through here. And this one goes, wait, what am I missing? I'm missing this arm. Oh, that's this one, okay. Aluminum, silver, silver. Where is that other arm? It's right here. And just so you know, I'm building this kit minus the electronics right now. I'm not sure if I'm going to put the Le Mans motor and ESC in this. I probably will. Either that or a hobby wing. Okay, so this one goes down through here, but before we do that, we've got to put another one of these assemblies on here. It's a little washer. And don't forget your Loctite. Okay, there's the bell crank. And this piece, this one snaps on these balls. So, and for this kind of stuff, I've got these nice nylon jaw pliers. Now I don't know if they're going to work on this because this is kind of thick with this extra ball on here. These pliers probably aren't going to work, so I'm just probably going to try to manhandle it on there. There we go. That wasn't so bad. Okay. Now this has an up. Okay, so there says up. And this gets the other two screws, but longer ones with the washers. Okay, there is, oh, after all that, I'm gonna take it all back apart because I forgot this piece. All right, it's starting to become a chassis. Slowly. If I can quit screwing up. Now we've got that on. Wait a minute. Yeah. Now we're ready for these pieces. And these pieces. On to step 13. Okay, this is where we're going to start putting the spur and slipper assembly together, and we're going to start doing the rods. I'm going to take a break here, and we'll get back to this later. So, see you in a few. Okay, the break's over, and we're going to get back to work on this. We'll take this pin out of here. We don't need it in there for right now. So we're going to be installing the spur. So, first things first. We've got this pin was put in temporarily just to hold the gear in place inside the transmission. So this comes out now, and it's going to be installed from this side. So first things first, we've got a slipper plate that goes on here. And then a slipper pad. And that's got a lot of play in it, so I'm assuming that's not the spur. Yeah, there's a lip right there that registers in this bigger bore here in this pad. And the spur is symmetrical, but you're going to want to have the side out that says what tooth count you got. So if you ever need to inspect to see what spur you've got in here, you put that out. Well, I guess it doesn't matter because you can't see it anyway. And another slipper pad. Make sure that's seated in there good. Then your other slipper plate. And this is timed, so it's got flats machined on the shaft here. Then you've got your collar. And that's everything there. That all works fine. Okay. Now on the back side, we get this collar here. Got an exclamation point, important, note the direction. Note direction of flange is set to outside as per diagram. So you got this little flange here. You want to make sure that's on the outside. And then it's going to be your spring. And this is what sets the tension of your slipper and the lock nut. And it says tighten to face of shaft. So just your standard setting, you're going to tighten this down till it's flush with the end of the shaft. And for this, we'll need our handy dandy lug wrench here. pretty close. Okay, there's that all done. Alrighty. Now on to the links. And I am going to go design and print a part to assemble these easier. I made one for the rib. Well, actually I made two for the rib because there was two different size link ends in there. And basically it mounts in my drill here. It's actually this piece right here. This won't fit these link ends though, it's too big here. But basically I've got an 8mm hex bit here, and I've got an 8mm hex bore in this end, and I've inserted a couple magnets down the bottom here to hold that in place. So that just mounts in here, and then you can just spin your links together. So I'm going to go design one to fit these 10th scale links here because I've been meaning to do it for a while, and I will be right back. Okay, here we are in Fusion 360, and I've been meaning to do this for a while. I was going to show people how I design parts. So here I'm just going to start out with the basic square. And this is going to form the main body of the link twister. And this will be the wings, and these wings are so you can use them to hand tighten the links if you want to, without using a power drill or a driver. And I'm not going to go into a whole lot of detail on this. I'm just going to show you how quick it is to design a part to 3D print. And basically that just creates the main shape that I need to extrude. So I'm going to extrude this up 50mm to match my other ones. I actually made this one a little bit smaller bodied because it is for smaller links, but I'm making it the same length. Now I'm going to extrude the wings up. And if you notice over on the left-hand pane there's a rod end that I've already modeled up, and I'm going to use that to cut the pocket in the bottom here. I'm just putting some champers on here, just kind of prettying it up a little bit. I'll add some fillets and stuff and radiuses on the edges, and just to smooth things out so it's not so harsh when you've got it in your hands. But here you can see the designs coming together pretty quick. And I'm not real fluent with Fusion 360. Now, I worked in the machining industry for 25 plus years, and I worked with Mastercam, Delcam, PowerShape, PowerMill, SolidWorks, SolidCam, SurfCam, you name it. Just about every kind of cam package or CAD package out there, I've worked with it. So here's where I'm bringing the rod end in, and I'm just going to put it up about where I want it to be inside the tool. Just eyeballing it, not trying to be too precise or anything. So now I need a model a pocket in there so that link will fit in there, that rod end will fit in there, I mean. And I'm creating a sketch on this plane. And I'm sorry about the video quality. I'm new to using OBS Studio, and I didn't realize that I had to set the resolution for the screen capture and everything, so the screen resolution is kind of crappy on this. But you'll get the idea. And here I'm not even trying to be precise. I'm just eyeballing. I leave a little bit bigger gap around the part so it, it slides up in there, and then if there are other rod ends that I try to stick in there, maybe they'll fit too. So I don't have to design another one for other parts. And I didn't want to bother going out and grabbing all my different rod ends and measuring them and make sure they all fit in there. This only took me about, I don't know, 10 or 15 minutes to design and an hour to print. So if I need any other ones for other links, I'll just go design another one. But there's the pocket in there for the rod end. Now we're just going to smooth things out a little bit. Now, still got to do the deeper pocket there. Not even sure what I was doing there, but I was doing something. Oh, okay. Now I'm modeling up the clearance for the round part of the rod end. And like I said, I'm just eyeballing it here. I'm going to hide that so I can see what I'm doing here. And now I'm going to go in and knock some more fillets up inside here, because it doesn't need to be a square pocket. It wouldn't matter if it was, but just like to clean things up a little bit. Change the view settings here. I'm going to turn that sketch off. Now I'm going to add some fillets to these ledges here. There we go. Now that matches the rod end. Now I'll just go add some chamfers around these corners here, just to kind of clean that up a little bit. Since this is going to be the face that's sitting on the bed of the printer, sometimes you get what's called elephant's foot, and it'll squish out. It'll cause the pockets to be smaller than what you want them to be. So if you put a chamfer around there like that, it prevents it from being able to do that. Add some fillets here, and this will actually add a little bit of strength to these wings on here. Just going around, just going to pretty things up a little bit. Make it a little bit smoother in your hands. Alright, now it's time to do the hex. And I ended up modeling this a little bit too big. My hexes ended up being a little bit sloppy in there. I was creating clearance for the magnets that I'm going to stick in there, because they're just slightly bigger than my hex. But I end up going a little bit too big with it, and I end up coming back and changing that later on, and I end up reprinting the part, which, like I said, only took an hour. So first one it would have worked just fine, but I'm just a little picky, so I end up printing the second one to fix this pocket here. But we'll add a chamfer around here. Not for any particular reason, just to make it look pretty, I guess. And there we go. Now I'll save it out to the Now I will save it out to the slicer. This is for the 3D printer. Boom. Oops, there's the old parts tray. Get rid of that. And just go through and double check the settings. Usually don't have to change too much unless I'm doing something with a lot of detail, and then I'll lower my layer height a little bit. But everything there should be good to go. And there, it's already got it sliced, ready to send to the printer. Just go through and look at everything, make sure everything looks okay. Keep telling Grey Wolf he needs to do this every time he slices a part, to go in and look at the part and verify it. This is called verify. You're verifying that the program's going to do what you want it to. So, and I'm probably going to go in and change some settings here because it's not going to be as sturdy as I want it to be. Yeah, those infill there is a little bit too big for what I want this to do. So we'll go in and change the infill. And what that is the webbing on the inside of the part. It makes that a tighter pattern in there, so you got a lot more material. There you go. You see the triangular pattern. It's a lot finer in there. There we go. All right, off to the printer. All finito. And as you can see, link in slides right in there, and this will slide right in there. First, I've got to insert some magnets down in there, and I'm going to put a little drop of crazy glue on here so these don't pull back out with the tool. Good time for the Jeopardy theme song. All right, there she is. Pretty snazzy. 3D printers are just awesome. The things you can do with them. Now I did check, and these links are right-hand thread on both ends. So basically what I'm going to do, start that one on there. Start that one on there. Make sure they're going nice and straight. And I checked these drawings, and they're actually dead nuts. And it does say that you want two of them like this and two of them with the links the same way. These are perpendicular with each other. So, but you saw how fast that was. That thing is a wrist saver. And if anybody wants the STL, just post a comment and shoot me your email address or whatever over at rctalk.com on the forum, and I'll send you the STL file free of charge. I'll even send the ones for the Rift if anybody's interested in the two that I've got for the Rift. I've got 2 different designs for the Rift. There's that one. And I'll go through and get the rest of these links all set up. Shouldn't take but a minute. Oops, too much. Well, let's back it out a little bit. Alrighty. That's a new problem, having this tool and screwing the links together too far. Yeah, you want one, don't you? Hey, there's the 4 links, faster than I could have done one without this tool. There we go. The link twister. Alrighty. Okay, now we got to put the balls in. And I always look on these rod ends, there's a shiny ring around the hole. And I don't know if it's true or not, but that always seems like that's the side that's easier to go on. So I always put that towards the ball. If you've got any other ideas about that, leave a comment. And that, folks, is how you assemble links. The easy way. Oops. Alrighty. So we're going to wrap that up right here. I know I didn't get a lot of building done on the car, but the video is getting pretty long. I wanted to share some 3D printing stuff because that is one of the focuses of this channel, and we haven't been able to do a lot of 3D printing stuff lately. So I just wanted to share that with you, and I hope you'll forgive me for not getting a lot built on the car, but I'll be back quickly with part 3. So thanks for watching.